Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. So
Morning.
before we start,
Sir.
let's have some clarification about the your group formation and the further group activities. I see in the group, I don't have any objection to that one. Whatever group you are forming and you are suggesting the only one topic. I said in one group there may be the people having the different research area or topic. Okay, no problem to that. So not necessary that all the people in the one group should have the same research area. But if you have the same research area, that is not a problem, not an issue. Okay. Area depends upon your choice, your comfort, how you feel. So I'm not going to suggest anything about the selection of area. That is your prerogative to choose your area of the research, because this project, MSc research project or any research project, belongs to the person who are going to conduct. Other people like your supervisor or teacher or anyone only can help you in that matter. They can show you the path. That path has to be traveled by yourself, by you. Okay. So if someone want in the same group, someone want to change the area, they can change. I can extend the submission time of this group information by 1 week more, right? So, okay. So,
Recording in progress.
if you want to change your research area or something like that one, you can. Second thing, in the research, topic decided initially or the area, whatever that may be, is not the final one, right? Before the submission of thesis, you can modify, change. So don't worry about the, okay, I have decided one topic and now that should be changed. How can I change or like that one? Before the submission of thesis, you can change your title or anything. So don't worry about that one. Go for that kind of area in which you are comfortable. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about a very important aspect of research projects or research or your research thesis, you can say. And you are going to have one chapter upon that one in your final thesis. That is known as the literature review. There may be so much of the theory available upon the online resources and in the books. How to conduct, how to do the literature review, theoretical aspect or like that one. Here in this class, we try to be more practical and try to learn how to conduct the literature review, means how to find out the relevant literature, how to get that one, and how to arrange that one for the easy retrieval, easy reference. Some tools I will suggest you. You can download that one. You can do that kind of review yourself by accessing to the online sources or papers, whatever that may be. So we'll learn about the practically how we are going to implement the literature review process. Before that, let's have some theory about that one. So I'm going to start with let's say. So in the literature review, what you say, the purpose of the literature review is to place your work, whatever work you are going to do. Here work means research work. Whatever research work you are going to do, in a particular context, in a particular area, there may be so many research work is going to have. Other people are also working on the similar type of the researches, and how your work is related to their work, and how you're going to augment or develop further that direction, or how you're going to proceed so that there should be some increment in terms of the theory development or some new information and novelty like that. So that may be one purpose, to correlate or establish a relationship between your work and what others are doing in that area. In any area, you can cite any area, any topic. There are thousands of researchers working around the world. And each are going to develop something new, some new concept, new theory, new practical applications, whatever that may be. And how that new is going to happen, because each person is different from the another one. Your thinking is different from the another person's thinking. So it is very rare that two persons are sharing the same approach, same thing, same ideas. So if genuinely someone is doing the research, there must be some uniqueness or novelty in that one. Other purpose may be that you are going to identify the research gaps. If you do the good literature review, you will come to know about what work is going on which topic, or what parameters people are working, and what is left off, that no one is working on that one. So that is the gap. You can identify what is the gap existing now. And if you're going to select one gap out of that one, so many gaps, right? If you're going to select that one and work upon that one, that will do a wonder for you, because you are going to fulfill that research gap, right? Also, that literature review helps to define the limits of your problem. You can't provide solution to all the aspects of the particular area or the topic. You can solve one, a small one. So, yeah, I mean, Demi, you raised the hand. What happened? You can unmute and say. Right? Okay. He's not saying anything. So let's proceed. When you're going to start your research, in initial, like nowadays, you are just looking upon the some vague idea, okay, in which field, this area, what topic. You have the broad concept, okay, I'm going to work on the machining, on welding, or whatever that may be. But you are not sure about the what kind of topic, what kind of problem you are going to solve by performing your research. So this literature review gives the more idea, a basic platform, knowledge base, to sharpen your problem and reformulate. If already formulated, you can reformulate that one. Do the fine tuning in a very clear cut way, right? And that won't be possible without the proper comprehensive literature review, right? If you are going to submit the research proposal, as you are required to submit for your MSc thesis here also, right? So that requires a basis of the literature review and how to structure all the component in that proposal. When we discuss the how to write the proposal, we'll discuss in detail how to write the research proposal. That should be another topic, okay? Also, avoid the unnecessary duplication. Without literature review or literature survey, you won't be able to know that where you are going to do the duplicate work already done by someone. If you're going to do that kind of work, That means you missed the literatures available. Someone already done the research and you are going to repeat that one. There is no use of that research. Already done one is sufficient to provide the knowledge. And how do you know on the particular topic or particular phenomena someone work or not? For that you have to find out the literature related to that one. If you're not going to get any literature related to that kind of problem or phenomena, that means that topic is untouched and available for your research. Also, by performing the literature review, we come along with the different research methods to solve the different kind of problem. People apply the different kind of techniques, tools, different sort of the methods. And you can have the knowledge about that kind of methods. Out of that, then you can select one method or a combination of methods to solve your problem. If you don't know what method is available to solve a particular problem, how people are solving a problem, how can you solve your own research problem? So that for that reason also, literature review is going to help you. Also that resolve the conflict among the seemingly contradictory previous studies. Prior to your research, if someone has done some research and two people are coming with some different contradiction about the same issue, then you are going to find out more information from the some. Okay, I already told that not only one or two people are working on the same area. There are thousands. So you have to find out which result is correct, which is not. You have to do the analytical study. And finally, you can relate your findings of the research to the already done research done by some other peoples. Correlate them. What is your contribution? And you can suggest the further research direction. I already told you, once you are going to find the research gaps, you are not going to find only one research gap or two. There may be a lot of research gap in any area. And you are going to work upon the 1 and 2. Remaining will be the research directions, future research directions. You can suggest them like that. Got it? So this is the purpose of the literature review. And if we're going to do the very good comprehensive literature review, it is sure that your project, your thesis would be a brilliant one, excellent one, right? Whenever you are going to find out already, let's say you have selected the area, you can start your literature review and find out the literature papers, right? Further, how that is going to happen? This is a research process diagram, a diagram of the research process, okay? What we do, here see the length of the literature search. Initially, literature search is very comprehensive, and with the progression, as the time goes, these literature search become less and less. But here result you are going to get out is going to increase. And finally here is ample sort of the result or amount of the result that can justify your research. So this way your research process is going to happen. Initially you're going to find a topic. Already I suppose all the people have shown their interest in the particular research area. Now we have to descend from the research area to the topic, right? If anyone want to convey anything, similarly is trying to write something or something like that, okay? Please type in the chat box. Or you can unmute and say something, okay? No problem. So first step is to identify the topic. At this time, we need to do extensive, very comprehensive literature review because that requires the fine tuning of the topic, redefining of the problem, reformulating of the problem. Some parameters you may be ignoring, you are not knowing. You can get the idea about that one from the literature. So very extensive literature review required here. Then you are going to generate the related questions, state unsolved problems, and then find the solution by applying some research methods here. Okay, by this way, your research process is going to be. Okay. From which sources we can find out the information or literature before doing the review? From which sources you can find? You can find from the journals which publish peer-reviewed research articles. What is the peer-reviewed? Peer-reviewed means article is reviewed by the some colleagues working in that area. Let's say if I am working in the manufacturing, my area is the sustainable manufacturing. So sometimes I get the paper from the different journals to review that one and give my comments whether to publish or not publish, whether the material presented in the paper is the correct one or not correct one. Without knowing which person has, there is different kind of the review process, peer review process, blind process, double blind means I don't know who is the author like that, so there should be no biasness or like that one. So from there you can, so generally publish the peer review papers. There are so many fake journals also. You know, corruption is everywhere in the academics also. Now it become the characteristic of the human being. Wherever there is a human being, to reach at the higher level of the ladder of the success, people take the shortcuts and like that one. Here we prefer journals that belongs to the two kind of the index. Like that may be SCI journal or that may be someone trying to write something. If you can speak, that should be good. Don't make this whiteboard as your experimentation work or something like that one. Okay. Remove this line, whosoever drawn that one. Okay. So that is the journal from the peer review journal. We discuss about this one. What is the peer reviewed journal? Review articles in every field, every area. You can find a lot of the review articles that will help you to introduce you to the lot of number of the paper. People review the particular topic. What other are doing the work or something like that one. Then you can go for the advanced level books. Not the basic book, not a fundamental book. You have to design the some mechanism for the power transmission. You are not going to read the basic of the power transmission. What are different modes, pulley drive or whatever that means, gear drive, like that. That is not it. That is the well established things. So you have to look for the recent publications, recent books, advanced books. You can look for the proceedings of the conference for the your source of information. Chat. How many years? 55? Okay. So these kind of books, advanced books, that is discussing something related to the new development, recent challenges, like that one, would help you. in your research. Another thing is the proceeding of the conferences. In conference, people present their latest concepts or the data or the research, something like that one. This is a very good source of the getting the some information about the your research topics, what is going on, other people are what doing, like that one. You can also refer to the thesis done by the students in that area. And internet, of course. Internet is full of the informations, but in the internet there is a concept of the information overloaded. Some information may be not relevant to your area, like that. Okay. So how to do the general search and what kind of journal we should refer. Okay. Let me stop this sharing for the 1 minute and coming to the okay. Yeah, Vijay, shall I ask your question?
Okay, thank you, sir. Can you back slide number 2?
I will come to that slide, no problem. Okay.
Bullet number 3, I am not understand that idea. Bullet number 3, it says define and limit the problems you working on it. It says, I think, like that. So I understand what
coming
I
to
define
that
the
one.
problem.
Are you talking of this one?
Yeah, number 3, bullet number 3.
This one, define and limit the problem you are working on.
Yes, define and limit. How? I'm not understanding that.
Yeah, what happens? Okay.
Define, I define the problem, it's clear, but what's the limitation? What's limit?
How do you find that? You know, now in the each research, you have to state your scope up to which context, or you can say area that is applicable. One research cannot be applicable to solve all the problem in the given area, right? And limit the problem means you are going to limit the application or whatever that may be. What is the limitation? How that is not applicable to other areas or other field. Let's say if you're going to do the machining on the some CNC, turning, but this cannot be applicable to other CNC machines. That is not the turning machines, right? If you are working on the, let's say, one type of the material, that may be not applicable to the other type of the materials. So that may be a limitation. One methodology you have developed or something. Let's say if you are going to design, develop a coolant or something to work on the steel, that may not be applicable to the copper or something others.
Yeah.
And how do you know about that one? Either by experimentation or something. And already if someone has done some literature, if someone has published some literature, already work is done. And from the literature, you can get the idea, okay, he has done this kind of work and his finding is this one. Okay, this is the problem I'm going to face. This may be not applicable. So you can take it as your limitation. You can't go in that particular area. Understood? Am I clear?
Yeah, sir. Thank you. I understand it.
Okay. So that only help you to understand. Literature review means increasing your thinking base. That is going to provide a platform, a knowledge base upon which you can build upon the future. That is a sort of like whenever you're going to make a building, the base should be broad, and then you are going to have some height. It is said that if the base is very broad, you can build a very high building, high-rise building. That same thing here. If you know what is the limitation, what is the weaknesses, strength of particular area, what people have done or not done, for that knowledge, You have to do the literature. If you have to go through the literature, then only you can come to know about what is happening in your area, what people are doing in that area. Got it? And then you can define your
Yes.
problem in a very clear cut way. Formulate your problem, what to consider, what to not consider. And if, let's say, someone is, in most of the studies, some factor is not considered, but that is available in particular process, and you are going to consider that may be problematic, or maybe some tools is not available for that one. How do you know about that one? By referring to the other literature, what people are doing, why they are not considering this one. They will give the reasons why they are not considering. And then you can understand what to take, what to leave in a particular research, what to include, what to exclude. Whatever you're going to exclude, that should be limited. That should become a limitation for you. Okay, I'm not going to look into that matter. And the matter or the content or the area you are going to solve a phenomena, you're going to look upon, that will become your scope. And other things, boundary, beyond that boundary, that will become your limitation. Okay? I think
Okay.
I'll be clear. Okay. So, if any problem or anything, you want to discuss any time, you can stop me like this. Okay? There is no issue. Okay? So yeah,
Okay.
I was discussing. Let me see. Okay, Google. How to find the list? Okay, there are SCI publications, SCI index journals. Basically, this is by Thomson Reuters. In this journal, list of the journals, this give the list of the journals. Sometimes not as a way of sign. These are the product, okay, of this particular company. You can search any kind of journal by their name, whether that is in this list or not. This is known as the authentic list of the journals that publish the peer review papers of the high quality. All the papers published in the journals listed or indexed in this Web of Science are known to be authentic one. There is no plagiarism, no duplicacy, no cheating, nothing like that. Okay. But problem is that this list is that, or this index is that, there is very limited number of the journals in each area. Let's say I show. Are you able to see this web page? With the name of the
Yes.
manufacturing, I'm going to search the journals, list of journals. There is only 100. There is only 119 results of the journals that is listed in the manufacturing. Okay, so these are the journals name of the journals you may understand. The journals are that kind of the publication that published on the periodic basis, maybe monthly, semi-yearly, yearly, or like that one. Okay, so these all journals list you are seeing here are supposed to be good one. So from here you can search your journal, in which journal you want to publish your work. If you're going to publish this kind of journals listed in the Web of Science, right, that should be known as a very good one, good publication, good research. Other source is known as the Scopus. This is the one type of the listing. A Scopus is more. A Scopus is going to have a broad spectrum. That is the thousands of the journals in the particular area, right? And here you can get the more number of. Scopus is also accepted all over the world as the good journals, but the best one is the Web of Science or the SCI journals. Already I told you. Okay. So from here you can get the list of the journals and how to search the material online. One thing we do generally, we go for the Google search. Okay. We go for the Google search. And let's say if you're doing the machining parameters optimization, machining parameters optimization. If this is your broad research topic, that will give this kind of link. Some link to Science Direct is a publication agency. These are the links of the different papers. Okay. And if you're going to click these links, that will refer to a single paper. But Google is a general search engine that is not designed considering the requirement of the academics or research. So Google came up with another tool known as the Google Scholar. Scholar.google.com. Right? Remember this site, scholar.google.com. Okay. In this is dedicated for the research articles, patents, any case law, copyrights, whatever published all over the world. You can get the link of that particular content or paper from here. Like, let's say I'm going to type the same thing, machining optimization, parameter optimization. Okay. These will give results in thousands, 385,000 results in this fraction of time. Now here you can see the papers will be from all the time period, maybe 20 years, 30 years old and recent one also. I suggest that you should refer to the paper that is discussing the recent development in particular area. So here you can customize the time also. Like you want very recent, you go for the 2021. These are very recent papers published in that area. 2020, or you can set a custom range. Let's say 2016 to till date. If till date, just leave that. So that will give the list of papers that published only between that period. Right? So a lot of paper research you can get. Now let's say I'm going for this paper. And I don't know whether this journal in which that is published. This is the Springer Journal, regular paper, and published in the International Journal of Precision Engineering and Manufacturing. How do you know that this journal is a good journal, peer-reviewed journal or not? So what you do, click, open the link here of this journal. Open a new tab. Okay, let me move this somewhere. Yeah. So here you can come to the link of this journal, and here you can see about the journals information. Here you can see some impact factor or submission to first decision. They give when you're going to submit and first decision is made, acceptance, how much time will take to publish your papers. Impact factor is the copyright of the Web of Science. Those journals having the impact factor associated with that one, that must be in the Web of Science index. That means that should be a very good journal. Okay. So if you're going to publish this kind of journal, your work will be already accepted anywhere. No need to justify. Because already, if your work is published in this journal, that means you have done a lot of the good work. Some people reviewed your work, and then only you are able to publish it. If there is no novelty, no uniqueness, this kind of journal won't accept that manuscript to publish. Right? So that is about the peer review of the journals. Now coming back to, let's say, a scholar. So from here, now questions come. The major problem associated with us, not here only, all around the world. Let's say I am going to open this and I want to read what is in this paper. For the literature review, I will suggest you, or in the next class, we will discuss how to perform the literature review, how to read paper, how to collect the paper, how to bookmark the paper. Okay, this paper keep this paper should be rejected. I'm not going to review this paper. You have to make the such kind of decision looking upon the title of it or abstract. So first, what you do, you go through the title. If you see title seems that is relevant to your area or your topic or your work, then read out the abstract. Here, from the abstract, you can find out some methodology or the result they come, and that may more closely give the information to you that whether that is related to your work or not. If here also you are not decided about the whether to keep this paper for your future reference or a part of the literature or not, then you go for the conclusion part of this paper. Generally, conclusion part is not available free. Let's say if I want to get this paper without downloading, I can't get the conclusion part. So you have to get this paper downloaded. And if you are going to download any paper, let's say purchase or something like that one, some paper, any paper, that will redirect to the some sites or etc. and ask for the some price to pay, right? Some price, some money they will ask to download the papers. What is some papers may be free, some paper are paid one. For that you have to make the payment. And as a student or the academician, we don't have the sufficient fund or something. So some people work around